everyone, so welcome back to At the Bar with Lauren. Today we're back in the kitchen with another fake away recipe video, just getting everything ready now. So today we're going to be making Pizza Express fake away. So we've got dough balls, pizza and tiramisu coming your way. So keep watching for the recipe. So we'll start with our tiramisu, and for this we'll need sugar, ladyfingers, mascarpone, double cream, coffee and also some lemon and gelatine. So we'll start by lining our dish and then making our coffee, then pop some ice cubes or cold water into the coffee to cool it down before putting it into the fridge. Then we're going to pour 150 ml of double cream and 3 tablespoons of sugar and whisk them together. Next, spoon in the 250 grams of mascarpone and mix that together as well. Then we're going to squeeze the juice of half a lemon into a pan with the remaining 100 millilitres of cream and our 10 grams of gelatine. Then we're going to heat this and whisk it together until it starts to froth. Then pour this into our mixing bowl, but not all at once, so pour a little bit and mix it together first and then the rest of it. Mix it through, and if it's slightly lumpy, don't worry, you can blend it at this point if you need to. Then we're going to start dipping the ladyfingers into the coffee and placing that into our tray. Next, pour over half of the creamy mixture on top, making sure it's nice and even. Then repeat this process again, so another layer of ladyfingers and another layer of cream mixture on top. Now place some cling film on top and pop it into the fridge. So next we've got our pizza dough. This is for the pizza and the dough balls. So we've got 500 grams of flour, half a cube of fresh yeast, 2 teaspoons of sugar, 2 teaspoons of salt, 300 ml of lukewarm water and 3 tablespoons of olive oil. So we start by pouring the lukewarm water into the yeast and combine until the yeast dissolves. Then we're going to pour our flour into a separate bowl and add the salt, mixing it all together. Then make a well and pour your olive oil into this well. And combine that all together using your hands. Then very gradually start to pour your yeast in, and you need to make sure that you're doing this very slowly, just a little bit at a time. Make sure to keep mixing while you're pouring the yeast in. So mix it all together and then tip it out onto a floured surface and start kneading the dough. So make sure you keep adding more flour when you need to. I couldn't resist. So the technique for kneading our dough is to push at 90-degree turns. You can see Jaden demonstrating this technique here very well. I've not quite mastered it yet. Then form our dough into a ball shape and place it into a bowl with a cloth on top. We're going to leave the dough for approximately an hour, by which time it should have grown, as you can see here. So reflour your surface and tip the dough out. Divide the dough into two. So one half will be for a pizza and the other half will be for the dough balls. So we're making one large pizza for the both of us. So you should be able to make approximately 10 dough balls out of this recipe. So roll them into your dough ball shapes and place onto a baking tray. Then leave them to one side covered with a cloth. Now time to form your pizza shapes. So as you can see, we don't have a rolling pin yet. So top tip, if you don't have a rolling pin, then you can use cling film instead. So you could either make it into the traditional circular shaped pizza, but today we're going to make it into a rectangular shape so that it can fit easier onto our baking tray. So now on to the toppings. We're making the pollo ad astra pizza, so we'll be using chicken with Cajun seasoning, an onion, pepper, tomato, mozzarella and passata for the base. So start by slicing the chicken. We're using one chicken breast between the two of us, and then start to cook your chicken, adding in the Cajun spices. And now I know this sounds strange, but don't cook the chicken fully, just seal it off because we're going to be placing the chicken into the oven in a second, so we don't want to overcook the chicken as then it will start to go chewy. Next we're going to start slicing up our peppers, onions, tomatoes and mozzarella, and then place them to one side, ready to use when we need to start topping the pizza. So make sure your pizza base is even and start by pouring on your passata and spreading it out evenly over the base. Then you can start placing your toppings onto the pizza. And if you want to, you can finish it off with some parsley and black pepper if you'd like to. Once all our toppings are on, we're going to place them into the oven with the dough balls for 6 minutes, but leaving the pizza in for a further 2 to 3 minutes. So now onto our garlic butter. For this we'll need 3 tablespoons of butter, 3 tablespoons of olive oil and a handful of parsley, and also 2 to 3 cloves of garlic depending on how strong you like it. So we're simply going to blend all of the ingredients together and place into the fridge. So once our dough balls have been in the oven for 6 minutes, we're going to leave the pizza in for a further 2 to 3 minutes, but start plating up your dough balls. So there's our pizza, ready to go. And of course, we can't have pizza without our Aperol. So I like to make my Aperol spritz with half Aperol and half lemonade, but you could also use Prosecco if you have some. And top with a few slices of lemon and pop in a few ice cubes. And it really feels just like being in Italy. So now that everything is ready, it's time to tuck in. And of course, don't forget to finish off with your tiramisu for dessert. So hope you've enjoyed watching today's recipe video. See you soon, bye!